Hey, what's happening everyone? This is Chronos Sithu Aye here, bringing you the first episode of Amazing Online Artists in the New Decade. Now, I found today's musician through YouTube's recommended feed, which usually recommends me videos I've already watched or videos I don't really give a shit about, but randomly it gave me a video of this, woman, holding a fucking planet in her hand, and I was just like, what is that? And I noticed it was like a 3.5 minute video, and I thought, it's probably a song, I'll check it out. And I tell you what, YouTube's recommended system did its fucking job for once, because I was very impressed with what I found. Today I'm here to talk about Cepheid, a Canadian audio engineer and music producer who has amassed over 1 million subscribers on YouTube from the few songs that they've released on it. Their first visible upload was on the 10th of December 2013, even though their channel was created on the 1st of January 2013. Most of Cepheid's music has to do, at least, it has the representation and the style of anime music, because all the thumbnails and the album covers are done with like an anime-esque style, which is why I think it popped up in my recommended feed. All of Cepheid's music either has vocals from a Vocaloid program or a female artist. I know that one of their entire EPs was done entirely with a Vocaloid singing over each song. And they managed to make the Vocaloid actually sound like an actual person singing compared to the more robotic voices I've heard in the past with Vocaloid songs. And the few songs that do have actual female artists singing over top of the instrumentals are incredible as well. It's really interesting that they managed to take Vocaloid, the program of Vocaloid, and whatever songs that artists or Again, I don't know a lot about Vocaloid, but a lot of the time in the past, whenever I've heard a Vocaloid song, it sounds very robotic, and I think that's kind of the point of it. However, Cepheid manages to take the Vocaloid lyrics and manages to blend it into the instrumentals so well that it doesn't actually sound like a Vocaloid. It actually sounds like a proper female artist singing. And I've done my research on those. Some of them are Vocaloids and some of them are actual female artists, like Nonon. Now, with every Amazing Online Artists video I make, I always get a few of the songs and get snippets of the songs to preview and show you guys what their music is like, so you can check them out for yourselves. Now, at the beginning of each of Cepheid's uploads, they add "Please don't re-upload this song," which I completely respect and understand. I'm going to still do the 20-second snippets for you guys, and if Cepheid sees this and wants me to get rid of them and re-upload the video or take down the video or whatever, then I will. However, this is a 20-second clip of their song Sakura Desire. Cepheid has released all of their music online through different music stores like iTunes, Spotify, Bandcamp, and any others you can think of. I found them in most places. If you search up Cepheid the way I've spelled it in the title, then you'll be able to find most of their store links. Now, aside from the EP that Cepheid release, they typically release singles. And something that I very much like is the fact that they've released all of the singles with the instrumentals of the songs. And I love listening to instrumentals of songs on occasion just because I love the way songs are built together and made. So hearing the instrumentals for a lot of these metal songs is really, really cool. Now, despite being an active creator for several years since 2013, there's only a few songs released under their name, not as much as you would think. However, all of them have amassed thousands and thousands of views on YouTube, so clearly Cepheid's found a niche and they're working with it very well. I'm going to read out the number of songs that they've released purely because it's a short list. So here we go. The EP they released was Lost, Forgotten, Shattered. Now, I believe there's about 5 or 6 songs in the EP, I'm not that sure, I need to double check. Now, all of the singles they've released with the instrumentals in the singles themselves, so it's actually 2 songs for a single. I know some people do that. All of these singles, the list of the singles are Jack the Ripper, Sakura Desire, Chronos, Goddess, Bishuanen, That, and Gaia. Cepheid has also done 2 Touhou arrangements. Now, like with Vocaloid, I am not that familiar with Touhou. I do like a lot of the music that comes out of Touhou and people covering Touhou music because a lot of it sounds really cool. However, I don't actually know a lot about what Touhou actually is. However, in a few cover albums for different Touhou songs and different Touhou arrangements, Cepheid has released 2. Initially it was 1, but their most recent upload has contributed to another. The songs are Stardust and Catch Wind. As I mentioned earlier, I found Cepheid because of their song Gaia just appearing in my recommended feed out of nowhere. This song is incredible. It's not my favourite, but it is incredible, and I want you to hear a bit of it now. Now, Cepheid does have a SoundCloud, however, it's only got like a 30-second demo on it, nothing really substantial on there. They do have a Twitter, which they're fairly active on, and an Instagram, which I haven't checked out yet. The most interesting thing, though, is they have a website, which is very nice looking. However, I think through the website I managed to discover Cepheid's real name, Russell Branco. Now, forgive me if I mispronounced that, he's Canadian. And I'm Australian and I can't pronounce shit for shit. Now the record label every one of their songs are released under is called, I think, Northern Cross. Let me double check that on my script. Northern Cross, yes, and Russell Branco is his name. Yep, so in the... every time it says copyright for a song, or like on iTunes or whatever, it's always copyright Northern Cross. And if you go to... I think the website's literally called northerncross.com. I may be wrong. I'll show a preview of it on the screen. You can tell it's all of Cepheid's album art and links to buy the songs, as well as at the bottom it says copyright Russell Branco. So that's where I found that's where I figured out it's his real name. And so if Russell is the one behind all the metal music, is behind Cepheid, if Russell is Cepheid, then he's doing a great job. And considering he's bringing in that many artists to cover, not cover, like kind of sing over his songs, he's done a very good job at selecting which Vocaloid programs and which artists he wants to be part of his songs. Nonon has done the vocals for 2 of his biggest hits, Goddess and its sequel, Gaia. And both of them are fantastic, and she does an incredible job in both songs. And I've noticed that he's also commissioned a different array of artists to create the album art. He mentions them and links them all in the YouTube videos of the songs that they did the art for. So, say for example, if you checked out Gaia or Goddess, it would come up with the album artist in the like opening credit sequence as well as the description. So if you want to check out who does the amazing artwork, check out the videos. Sorry if my posture's been a little bit off. I've got a new camera set up, and I've got my microphone on top of my camera and the pop filter in front of that, but the pop filter just covers over my forehead, so, like I can see above here, so I'm kind of like just trying to ducking under to see my face. I'm half out of shot. Ha! I'm a fucking moron. Awesome. I'm not going to reshoot this whole thing. I'm just an idiot. Now, a very interesting feature that I found on their website, like one of the links, is now I'm going to read it out here because I'm a bit of an idiot and I wrote a script. Now they did guitar, bass, and drum transcriptions, I think it is, transcriptions for 4 of their songs, and they've released them all, like, you can buy the transcriptions for the guitar, drum, and bass for their songs. Like, I'm assuming if you wanted to do a cover or learn how to do certain riffs, and that is actually fascinating to me. I've considered buying it, even though I'm going to look at it and think, I don't know what I'm looking at and I've wasted $5, but, however, I'm interested in how music is created. I'm interested in how certain things are done. And transcriptions actually sound very fascinating to me. So I'm considering buying it. And if you like a lot of their music, then they've uploaded the biggest, like their most popular songs as transcriptions on whatever website it was. I forgot what website it was, but you can find the link to it from their website. So be sure to check that out if you're interested in music development or how they created music. Also, I noticed in the description, or it was like a link, it was like a pop-up or something for one of their songs. Gus pointed this out to me actually, that they do mixing and mastering for like they can be commissioned. Russell can be commissioned to do mixing and mastering for people, which is actually really cool. So again, if you're a musician and you don't really have mixing and mastering down packed yet, then Cepheid is one of your options. It's really cool. The one way I would describe Cepheid's music is beautiful metal. I say that because with a lot of rock and metal music, when some songs try to implement violins or pianos, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And I feel like almost all of Cepheid's music blends in piano in some fashion, or most of them do, and it works every single time. So, beautiful metal, I think, is a way to describe the instrumentals. The vocals, on the other hand, they fit very well. Some of them, for example, Nonon is a little bit too high pitch at times, especially like during the bits where it's just her like fucking blasting vocals out of her Vocaloid box. I don't know. I don't know how she does it, but like I understand because she's doing that. It's so high pitch. That's just the general tone of the vocals at that time. It's all high pitch, and it's not bad. It's just sometimes it's just like my ears. But there's not a whole heap else to say, in all honesty, because Cepheid doesn't have that much discography, I think it's called, like discography at the moment. There's not really a whole heap to say. However, surprisingly, with the amount of music they've released, they've amassed a fucking huge following. So good on Russell, good on Cepheid. Another way I would describe them, apart from beautiful metal, is basically, it's like kind of like baby metal, but in English. Like, I don't know, they managed to blend in the high-pitched vocals with metal music very well, kind of like baby metal, so yeah, think like an English baby metal if you can. I know it's perhaps difficult, I don't know what Russell does as a full-time job. However, the only thing I could suggest is I don't know, they've done very well considering all they've released, but I would love to hear more. I've subscribed to Cepheid already. I'm going to be in it for the long haul, and everything they've released I've been impressed with. So I'm going to keep listening to their music. I'm going to keep following them. I just wish there was more coming out. I just wish there was just more music, more vocal, with vocals as well, coming out. They've done an incredible job with what they've released thus far, and can't wait to hear more. Yeah. Anyway, that's all the time I have for you today, guys. I've got videos coming out soonish. I'm planning on doing every 2 weeks release a video, just to kind of give me a little bit of a reason to film stuff and to just keep going, because I do want to keep going with YouTube. It's just a matter of finding time for it. So I feel like a video every few weeks or so is not a bad idea, or whenever I can get them out. So yeah, I'm not entirely fussed on a schedule, but I'm going to try. I'm going to do what I can. But yeah, please check out Cepheid. All links and everything in the description, iCard even. And yeah, subscribe to me if you want. I do Amazing Online Artists. This is one of my favorite series. I love talking about people and bringing light to them. And it's really funny, actually. I've got a few messages on Twitter from random people saying, "Hey, we noticed you're the guy that does amazing online artists. Could you check out my channel and perhaps do a video on me? And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll think about it. But yeah, so this has been one of my most favorite series to make, and I'm gonna keep it going. And yeah, so please subscribe if you haven't already. And this is Chronos, signing out.